Hello my dear students and welcome back to your favorite ma'am. So in today's class, we will be talking about some topics and concepts that come under basic geometrical ideas and we will discuss them in detail. So let's get started. So the word geometry that we use in an English language comes from the Greek word geometron, where geo means earth and metron means measurement. So geometron means measurement of the earth. So basically geometry deals with various shapes and lines. So why is geometry important? It is important because the world that we live in is made up of different shapes and spaces, and geometry finds huge application in the real world. For example, geometry helps us in deciding what materials to use or what design to construct. It also helps us to understand the location of different planets or solar systems and even different stars. So it is helpful in our everyday life. So the first concept that we are going to start with is point. So I'm sure all of you know what is a point. If I put a dot like this and let's name it as A. So this will be called as point A. And there are several examples of points in our daily life, like the tip of the compass or the terrifying needle that we get, or the tip of the pencil that we use to write. All of these have one thing in common, that is, they have a point. So a point helps us to determine a location. For example, these points. They are denoted by single letter A, B and C and are read as point A, point B and point C respectively. The next is line. A perfect example of a line can be seen in the middle of the road, that is, the line on the center of the road. Another example can be the hands of a clock that tells us the time, or the imaginary lines around the earth like equator or prime meridian, or maybe even the orbit of the planets. They are all in a straight line. So a line is formed by joining a number of points in a row. Line is represented by AB or BA with a double-sided arrow over it. So basically in geometry, a line can be defined as a straight 1D figure that has no thickness but extends endlessly in both directions. The next is line segment. Many examples of line segments we can see in our daily lives, like the edge of the book or the edge of the greeting card, and also a tube light or maybe the edge of a table. So the shortest distance between 2 points is called a line segment. For example, this. This line segment has 2 endpoints, A and B, whose length is fixed. So this line segment joining points A and B is denoted by AB with a dash over it. So unlike a line segment has a definite length. Next is ray. An example of a ray can be the beam of a light from a lighthouse, or a ray of light from a torch, or the sun rays reaching the earth. So what is ray? A ray is a portion of a line starting at a point and going endlessly in one direction with no end point. For example, this ray AB. It can extend infinitely in one direction. So this ray AB, the starting point of the ray AB is A, and on its way to infinity, it passes through the point B. So it is written as AB with a one-sided arrow over it. So if I ask you, how many lines can pass through 2 points, let's say A and point B? The answer is only one. Only one line can pass through 2 points at one time. So the next is intersecting line. For example, let's take this point as O and let's cross 2 lines. So if 2 lines have one common point, they are called intersecting lines. For example, the letter X or the crossroad or the scissor that we use. All are examples of intersecting lines. So now, keeping the intersecting lines in our mind, let's count how many lines can pass through 3 points: point A, point B, and point C. Let's count: 1, 2, and 3. So 3 lines can pass through 3 points. And do we see a familiar figure here? Yes, this is a triangle. So when 3 lines pass through 3 points, we get a triangle. Here's another question for you. How many lines can pass through 1 point? Let's take this point as O. The answer is infinity. Infinity amount of lines can pass through 1 point. Now let's talk about collinear points. For example, take this line. Here, points A, B, and C are called collinear points. So 3 or more points which lie on the same line are known as collinear points. And when 3 or more points that do not lie on the same line are known as non-collinear points. So for example, on this line, point A and C are on the line, but the point B is not on the line. So these are called non-collinear points. So the next topic that we're going to talk about is plane. So what is plane? A flat surface that extends indefinitely in all possible directions is known as a plane. It is also known as a two-dimensional surface which has infinite width and length but no thickness. Example of a plane can be the top of a table or the screen of the television that you see, or maybe the cover of the book, and sometimes also the roof of some buildings. So next we are going to talk about is perpendicular lines. So line N and M, when they intersect at 90 degrees, these are perpendicular lines. So two lines intersecting each other at 90 degrees are called perpendicular lines, and they're represented by this symbol. So for example, here line M and N are intersecting each other at 90 degrees. So we will write as M with a perpendicular sign in between followed by N. So that means M is perpendicular to N. Examples of perpendicular lines can be the T-shaped road or even the T letter itself. So the next are parallel lines. Two lines that do not intersect each other even if they are extended indefinitely are called parallel lines. The perpendicular distance between these parallel lines always remains same, and these lines are represented by parallel sign. So the line M and N is written like this with the perpendicular sign between them. So this means line M is perpendicular to line N. Examples of perpendicular lines that never meet are the lines on the railway tracks or the long edges of the ruler scale. So with this, we have almost reached the end of this video, and I have a query for you. You have to name the parallel lines and intersecting lines in this diagram and give me your answer in the comment box. So that's it for today's video. If you have understood the concept, don't forget to like the button and share with your friends. Also, if you have any query, don't forget to leave in your comment in the comment section below and I will get back to you. Thank you so much.